1, 2, 3, 4. Howdy folks, you are at musicwithryan.com and I am your host, Ryan Kim, or maybe your teacher, better yet. And as you just saw and heard, I went through the tune Long Black Veil in the key of G in a Carter style, probably a beginning to intermediate Carter style, a little bit more down ups, but still much in that genre or that style of the Carter family playing. So I'm going to walk through this lesson measure for measure with close-ups of the left and right hand. This is just a preview lesson of the full-length version. You can hop over to my website and check that out. It comes with about 27 minutes of video, 4 backing tracks, and PDF tabs. All right? And again, I walk through everything measure for measure real slowly and even give a little performance at the end. I do a couple performance speeds, slow and medium, just so you can see it up close as I'm playing. Just another backing track. So let's go ahead and start walking through Long Black Veil in the key of G. Thanks for watching. All right, so let's go through Long Black Veil in the key of G, Carter style, and the markings on the bottom of the staff are the pick direction, and if there's markings on the top of the staff, the little numbers, they are left-hand fingerings. And so this one starts on beat 2, and I'll play the first few measures and then we'll break it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Do that again. 2, 3, 4, 1. I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so let's look at that. So it starts on beat 2, and just 3 quarter notes in a row on the D string. Second fret on the D there, so open, 2. I'm going to use my second finger. I'm going to play G like this. I know some people might play G like this or like that, but I'm going to work out of this G position for the most of the arrangement. I will use the other one down the line. So I already got my pinky and my third fingers ready to play the low notes, but then open G there, and just a down up. Another open G. And then here I'm going to do down, and on the up I'm going to second finger on the second fret of the G. So it might be a little tricky. And so when I'm doing my down ups there, little boom chicka booms, kind of what I call it, or sometimes it's alternating bass style, but I stick to the bottom 3 or 4 strings. And it's not the end of the world if you hit others, but to make it sound a little cleaner, I'll stick to the bottom 3 or 4. So just a little note on that. So it might be kind of weird doing down on 3 strings and then coming up just on the 1 string. So, and that's kind of a theme. We'll be kind of doing that throughout the arrangement. So those two measures again, or 2.5 measures. 3, 4, 1. And then the next measure, I got a couple eighth notes. So I lift up an open G, 2nd fret D, open D, and then a down up. And then I hammer on the G string. Okay, so those two measures. And you really want to get that to connect. And I'm just moving my 2nd finger, and everything else, these 2 fingers, they just stay there. I just kind of move back and forth between strings. Okay. And then, so we have the hammer-on, and we're going to be doing some hammer-ons. And for those of you who have done hammer-ons before, you can kind of disregard this perhaps. But for those of you, because this is kind of geared towards the beginner, intermediate player, and so maybe you have dabbled in the hammer-ons and pull-offs, or perhaps not yet. And I'm plucking once and getting 2 notes. So pluck, hammer. And I really got to kind of slam that on the string or on the fretboard pretty hard at first. And so it might seem like it takes a little bit of strength, but you just got to, build your strength in your hand. And the other thing to note is that we don't want that. We want, okay, it's 2 eighth notes, so 4 and, okay, sometimes you might do a quick hammer-on or whatever, but most of my arrangements are eighth note hammer-ons. You can sit around and just practice that and get comfortable with that hammer-on. And some fingers might be easier to, using your 1st finger, 2nd or 3rd might be easier or harder to hammer on. So just practice till you get a nice clean sound. So those 2.5 measures there, 3, 4, 1. And I kind of got it all to ring out. You can kind of still hear other strings ringing. Moving on to the next few measures. Open B string, then a down up, open B string, and then again a little down on 3 and up on the B string in the 1st fret. My 1st finger will catch it over here. B string down, up, B string down, up on the 1st fret. Then okay, that was those 3 measures. The next measure, again, I have a couple more eighth notes. Open B, 2nd fret, G, quarter note, down, up. And you can use your 3rd finger or your 4th finger. I have written the 4th finger. That's that little 4 above the staff. 4th fret on the D. Okay? Then up on an open G. So just that measure. Use my 3rd finger that time. Either way is fine. So 3, 4. Then I'm going to get into my D chord, but I'm going to pluck the G string first, or the A note there, 1st finger. Back to that same string. And then again, down on all 3 strings and then up just on the open G, so I gotta lift my first finger off the fretboard. Okay, so I'm gonna back up and do those 2 measures. So 2, ready, go.